I finished a new book that I think is worthy of mention because on Bookstagram I've seen nothing but this book for the whole month, and it deserves to be talked about because I have some things to say about it. The book in question is It Starts With Us by Colleen Hoover. Colleen Hoover has become an icon, someone that you must have read this year. At least It Ends With Us and Verity are two books that if you have not read them, what are you doing? And I love them both. And so this one was the special edition that I got for It Starts With Us, which was the second book of the series of It Ends With Us. So without any further ado, let's get down to the review. Starting this review, I have to say that the first part of this book really had me going, this is a no-no, because I've never experienced a situation where I was physically hit by a partner, but I do have experienced a situation where I was in an abusive relationship and I was biased towards the attitude that Lily was having towards Riley, and I thought that she was letting go her control over herself for him, and I thought that that was a very negative thing. I didn't like it. It created a lot of anxiety in me, and I didn't love the first part where Riley was such a big problem. But I thought that looking back on it with my previous experience, is very true that where you are within a bad relationship, you are in this situation where you are unable to break free of this relationship and you really want to go back. You want to experience more of that relationship, you want to give it another try, you are asking yourself if you overreacted, which is totally true of any abusive relationship, because no matter how abusive it is, it's still a relationship. There are still positive things in the relationship, and the partners are usually really good at making you feel like you are overreacting and you are stepping over and making it too much of a big deal, even though it's not. So I think that looking back to it, it was very uncomfortable, but it was truthful to so many relationships, so that I thought that was spot on. Then we have Atlas and the relationship with Atlas. Atlas is just perfect, beyond credibility to some degree. Well, yes, he's beautiful. What I didn't really think was okay was the letters that he wrote. That was beyond romantic, beyond cheesy, beyond real. That was so much that I didn't think was very truthful, and I thought that went on for a little bit too much time. We have these beautiful letters that go on and on and on about them. I did like the aspect that they go back and explore their past relationship. I really did like that, because for me that was truthful as well. If you have someone that was an old flame and meet them back after years, it's obvious that you're gonna go back and look at what you had, especially if you were in a relationship with them and intend to go back into a relationship with them. So that's completely normal, but I thought that was brought a bit too far. I liked the intrigue from Atlas' point of view of the whole family business and everything that ends up happening with it, but I thought that it really sounded like a plot point more than a real thing, because the mother conveniently gets back into his life after 10 years of not hearing from one another, basically, and there is a whole other plot twist within it that I'm not gonna spoil, but I thought that that was a bit convenient because she never appears that much, and it's just for that little split, just to give him some conflict to resolve, which is something that is necessary, but in that case as well, I felt that it was a bit conveniently placed there, but I liked it anyway. And the rest of the characters I thought were cool, but the main protagonists were obviously Lily and Atlas. They had dual point of view, which I normally like a lot, but I felt that it was a bit too much. If you are in for the love story that has a final feel-good feeling that is from start to end getting better and better and better, and there's a lot of romantic element to it, I think that you're really gonna love this book. I think that that's for you. I'm not a romance fan, not at all, and I am more a person that looks for scenes that are not sexual, so that I enjoyed about this. And I am a person that likes, for example, manuscripts and letters, and here we have the diary, but it's true that the diary was present in the previous book as well, and I didn't love it that much because I felt that it was kind of immature for how they are. I felt that the writing overall was pretty immature for all of them, because I felt that in some bits Lily was literally justifying herself to herself while speaking, and I felt that that was a bit unacceptable. I'm gonna read to you the extract that I underlined because that was just too much for me. I don't immediately follow for obvious reasons. I need space, I need to process. And this is her towards Riley. And she is like, for obvious reasons? For obvious reasons, is this the thing? He huffs, frustrated, and then back away. He makes his way towards the stairs, hopefully to his own apartment. He slams the door shut behind him. And so after you have this, I don't immediately follow for obvious reasons, which it really sounds like if she was writing in the diary, but she's actually explaining it to the reader, which I'm like, no B. And then we have again, dealing with an ex-husband who still scares you is overwhelming. And that is troubling, because why is he still scaring you if you have law on your side? So I thought that that was a bit convenient as well, that he kept scaring her for the first part, but also truthful. So it's just maybe I didn't like it as much as a plot point. I don't need this manipulation and gaslighting on top of that. These are all things that she says, yeah, herself, telling herself that she needs to get better, but it sounds like a motivation speech that you would be telling yourself in your head, or like morning pages, reflecting on what happened, and then going in and saying, oh no, this is not good, this is bad, and stuff like that, which is not a style that I do appreciate that much in this case. I felt that it was very childish how it was portrayed in the whole book. So that aspect of it wasn't great. I like the development of relationship of Atlas and her, and the fact that he's super romantic compared to other male main characters that I've read about is nice, but not surprising when we talk about romance, because have you ever read Ali Hazelwood? She is all about creating that perfect guy image where the guy is incredibly sweet and charming, and that's kind of stereotypical for romance, I feel. And in this case I felt that he felt a bit stereotypical, but better to some degree, because he had an actual personality compared to the Ali Hazelwood characters that can be summed up into very, very tall, muscular with no personality trait. So that. But I want to read to you some good quotes that I got from the book because I really love them. There's this toxic belief that families should stick together simply because they're family, but the best thing I ever did for myself was walk away from them. It scares me to think of where I might be had I not done that. It scares me to think of where Josh might end up if he doesn't do that. But I think that that was a really nice sentiment, that not always family is your best bet. So I really enjoyed that. And then we have at the very end the PS, it is my wish for you to be my fish. And it's so cute! It's so cute. That's what I say about happy feeling in the ending, because they're all about Dory and Finding Nemo and just keep swimming as their mantra, Atlas and Lily, and I loved that it ended on a positive note, so that was really cute. So overall I would give the book 4 stars because we had the ups and downs in this whole thing. We had nice things, but the bad feeling it left me with at the beginning and how pathetic some things were, and the style that was a bit childish got it down for me, but it wasn't a 3-star because I still enjoyed it. And I think that for what it was, if you enjoy the genre, you are totally gonna love this book, I feel. I've read some people that said that for them it was too repetitive because it repeated things from the first book, but since I've read the first book quite a while ago now, I think that it was good to be reminded of them and that it felt pretty real, so I didn't want to complain about that. And I think that Colleen Hoover for me is never gonna be my favorite author because I don't enjoy romance that much, but I would certainly say that I do enjoy this book and I will give it a 4 stars, and that I'm very glad that I read it in this November month. So if you want to follow me around, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. We are almost at 170 subscribers, so I'm so happy about that. I'm so glad, and I really hope to see you all in the next one. Bye guys!